In this video, I'm going to show you how to decide who gets to serve first in a squash match, plus a few other service curiosities. It is not designed to be an extensive review of all of the service rules, nor a guide on how to serve in squash. Those are for future videos. Come on, let's get started. One player spins the racket on the ground and the other player chooses something that's unique about that racket. Up or down? Up. Okay. It is up. Your serve. Now, the most obvious will be the ends of the racket. So here I've got 4 different brands. This one is Ashaway. If I bring it closer, hopefully the focus will help. You've got the A, or you've got the upside down A. Here I've got a Graze racket. You've got the G, or the upside down G. Here a Dunlop, the upside down Dunlop, or the upright Dunlop, and then the last one is an unsquashable. Now, the logo for unsquashable is no use because it's completely symmetrical. But in this case, right up close, try and get the angle right there, you should see my serve, your serve. And in the past, what people used to use was something called rough and smooth. Now, I'll do my best to get it up close. And you've got this piece of string that is smooth on one side and rough on the other. And that's what people would do. They would spin the racket and one would say rough or smooth. Now, the person who chooses to spin it is normally the person who's home court, but that depends on many, many factors. Honestly, it's just a case of getting on court and saying, I'll spin, what do you want? And showing them the options. That would be my advice. Just take the lead. I'll spin. What would you like? Spin happens after the knock-up. The knock-up is the time where you hit the ball to each other and you get the ball hot. Now, I'll be talking about that in a future video, but you don't spin and then knock up. You knock up and then spin. I remember one time when I played a match and we span the racket and the person said, it's pointing towards me, I get to serve. I was like, no, you're supposed to call up or down. No, you spin it, and wherever it points to, that's the person that serves. It's not like that, unless you both agree to it to be like that. The thing to remember is, although the real rules say you have to spin the racket and choose a side, you can actually choose any way you want to decide who gets to serve. When I was young, a long time ago, anything outside an official match started with an increasing intensity rally. So somebody would say, are you ready? You'd hit the ball, they would hit it back. You'd start to hit it a little bit harder. You'd start to move your opponent around into the corners until eventually you were playing a full rally. So if somebody came from the balcony and looked up, they would think it was a real point. And then you just kept going until somebody actually won the point. Now, if you say to me, yeah, but if the first person hits the soft shot and then I kill it, I've won the point, right? I get to serve. No, it was like an agreed thing where each person, both of you knew, you just increased the intensity slowly. You like that idea? It worked quite well, actually. Back in the day, people used to have 2 serves. So you could try for a really aggressive serve. And if you missed, you got another chance. Now, that changed when things became point per rally. But the interesting thing about that is, if you served a fault in 2 ways, one, it went below the service line, or what used to be called the cut line, or it bounced before the short line, the receiver could actually choose to play it if they wanted to. If the ball goes out, though, on that serve, they've lost the point immediately. Now, I quite like that. I always used to love those 2 serves. I think having the ability to hit a really high, good serve was a good thing. But that was different. That was in the time where you could only win the point serving. But do you like the idea of if the ball is short or low, you can actually choose to receive it? I kind of like that. I think we should keep that. What about you? Did you know that, according to the rules, the official World Squash Federation rules, it's actually possible to fake swing on a serve? Now, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do that, but if you throw the ball high enough and pretend to hit it and then do it, You're allowed to do that, just like in a real rally. Let's have another try. So I figure if I go, okay, I can get the serve in, but it's a terrible serve. I don't know if I could, I don't know, practice it. Maybe I'll try and invent some new different ways of serving like that. I don't know if you could pretend to hit forehand and then hit a backhand. In fact, yeah, let's try that. Well, that didn't work, did it? Oh no, I can't see how I could do that now. I mean, if I, woof, I can't even do it. The only way I could imagine to do it would be to pretend to swing, throw it really high, swing. Forget it. It seems like a disaster. But what you should know is if it does happen, you're allowed to do it. However you decide to hit the ball with that fake swing or not, the ball has to hit the front wall first. You can't make it hit any of the side walls or the back wall. It has to hit the front wall first. And sometimes people try to play a serve that goes really high into that corner. And it would be legal. If I'd have let that bounce, that might... No, that one didn't bounce in, but it might have. This ball's not particularly hot. So all you need to remember about that idea is that the ball has to hit the front wall first. And I'm telling you this because so many times I've seen people arguing, oh no, as long as it hits the front wall and goes into the opposite corner, it's okay. No, front wall first. For a long time now, I've been pushing the idea of a skill challenge to decide who gets to serve first. And my suggestion is that a player has to stand in front of the short line and they have to hit a ball, has to hit the back wall, and it has to come as close to the service line as possible. Two players, after the knock-up, have done that. They get 2 tries or 1 try. These are terrible. Okay, I'm terrible at this, but with a little bit of practice, I think we could have these quite exciting little matches where, and if it goes past, you lose the opportunity. So even if mine bounced here and yours bounced there or finished there, I'd be the server. I kind of feel that would just add a little bit more spice to it, and people then could, just before the match, they could just be practicing. Oh, I'm terrible. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. They're not bad. Try it. I'd love to hear your feedback on that. Is it just too easy to just say, up? Oh, bad luck. It's down. Your serve. Well, I don't know. Anyway, tell me what you think. One interesting curiosity that I heard asked is, if you serve, can it hit the back wall on your side? And the answer is yes. Now, I've put a piece of tape, and the fact that the door doesn't have a line tells you that where it hits on the back wall is not important. So the trajectory, you would probably have to play it from quite wide. It would hit the front wall, and if you can get it, you can see that I've put just like a piece of card here. If you can get it to bounce here, it should be able to bounce in the opposite quarter. So let me have a few goes. Wish me luck. Wow. It's way harder than I expected. Okay, I'm giving up. The reality is that technically, yes, you can hit it so it hits your quarterback wall as long as it lands in the opposite quarter. But here's the question. Why would you? It's not even going to be a great serve. Your opponent's here. He sees it come, or she sees it come. Maybe they just play a killer. Hopefully not that, because it's to your opponent. Maybe to there. And it's a winner. Or you just hit it into the back. It's not really a good serve. But there was a time that when Jahangir Khan was playing, considered by some to be the best player ever, he would often hit that kind of serve though, not aiming to hit the back wall, making it come here, come off the back wall, and he got such an angle with it that it was just like continuing on in a rally, which is interesting because when I mentioned about that increasing rally, it's kind of like serving like that. Takes away the opportunity for your opponent to hit like a winner because it just comes down the middle. It's a little bit low. You say, okay, I'll just leave it. It hits off the back wall. They turn around and then they straight into a rally. So it's possible to hit serves down the middle, but generally you don't really want to do that. If you have any questions about serve, just let me know in the comments. Watch this video if you want to see underrated shots that pros make look easy. And as always, do something every single day to improve your squash. See ya.